she was showing grey hair from a very early age, and so from about the age of 30, she began to dye her hair. Now you can get a hair dye.
Barbara O'Neill, a globally renowned health expert, has dedicated her life to promoting holistic and natural approaches to well-being. Known for her in-depth knowledge and passion for natural remedies, Barbara offers insightful guidance on a wide range of health issues. In this video, she dives deep into the causes of hair loss and shares effective, natural solutions to restore healthy hair. With her practical tips and wealth of experience, viewers will gain valuable knowledge on how to nurture their hair from the inside out. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos.
Now the solutions that they use to straighten the hair, or for people with straight hair that want curly hair, it is a very toxic chemical. So what happens is, if a person wants to straighten their hair, what the hairdresser does is pull the hair over great big rods like that. And so the curly hair that's this curly, of course, gets pulled over them, and that straightens it. But if a person's got straight hair and they want curly hair, well, the rods are that big and they stretch the hair around and around and around. So whether it's to straighten the hair or whether it's to curl the hair, they put this toxic solution on. It's a strong chemical, and what it does is it breaks all the little joints in the hair, because hair has all these little joints like this. So what it does is it breaks the joints, and then it's molded, of course, around either there for the curl or there for the straight. And then when all of those little bonds are broken and it's been stretched into a certain shape, they rinse off that chemical, and then they put another chemical on to set it. So to set the bonds together, and then that sets the hair structure as straight or as curly.
Barbara talks about how chemicals from hair dyes and straighteners can damage hair follicles, leading to hair loss. She also points out that tight hairstyles like braids can cause traction alopecia, and factors like hormonal imbalances, stress, and anemia can contribute to hair thinning.
I have also seen in some areas where people braid their hair really, really tightly. You'll often see that they've got hair loss around here where you've got that weight. We must stop what is causing the damage. That's the first one. If you don't turn the tap off, you're still mopping up in the other corner. Sometimes I see hair loss in a hormonal imbalance. So if it's a hormonal imbalance, then the hormones must be balanced back again. So to resolve that, again, watch my lecture on hormones, boost the progesterone, get the estrogen down, then there won't be the heavy blood loss every month, and the person won't be anemic anymore, and so again, the hair can grow. Important to leave a break between meals, important not to drink water with your meals because that dilutes the hydrochloric acid. Also important to have a very happy, relaxed environment at the meal table. I target those points in more detail on my lecture on the gut. So the causes of hair loss can be anemia, it can be high stress, it can be a hormonal imbalance, and it can be damage that's just physical damage that has been done.
She highlights how deficiencies in essential nutrients like iron, zinc, biotin, and protein can negatively affect hair growth. A balanced diet rich in these vitamins and minerals is crucial for maintaining healthy hair. Barbara suggests a natural hair treatment mix of coconut oil, castor oil, and rosemary essential oil. This blend nourishes the scalp, encourages hair growth, and stimulates blood flow to hair follicles, promoting healthier hair.
You can make a mix that you can put on your hair. And this mix is, let's make up the mix. So half a cup of coconut oil and half a cup of castor oil. Castor oil is a very thick oil, but castor oil penetrates deeper than any other oil. So when that is put onto the scalp, it penetrates even deeper. Coconut oil is a very nourishing oil. It's an antifungal oil, antibacterial oil. But what you also can put with that, so now you've got a cup of oil there, To that cup of oil, you can add 10 drops of rosemary essential oil. Rosemary is a herb that's specific for the scalp. And mix it very, very well. And maybe once a week, you massage it into the scalp. Your hair will be very oily, of course, but you massage it into the scalp. Just even the massaging into the scalp stimulates blood supply to the hair follicles. That castor oil penetrates very deep, and wherever it penetrates, it can revive life into that area. And the coconut also is a very nourishing oil, and the rosemary essential oil stimulates. Every herb stimulates different parts of the body, and this rosemary herb is specific for the scalp. The massaging, so leave it in as much as you can. Maybe you choose a Sunday when you may be going to be home all day. And at the end of the day, you wash out. Now you might need to put shampoo on a couple of times to get all that oil out. There's something that you must keep right away from, and it's called sodium lauryl sulfate. Sodium lauryl sulfate is what's in many shampoos, and sodium lauryl sulfate kills the hair follicles. So have a look for a shampoo that has no, so we've got to make sure you realise no sodium lauryl sulfate, because the sodium lauryl sulfate is a chemical that causes the foaming of the shampoo, and that sodium lauryl sulfate has the ability to kill the hair follicles in the scalp.
Regular exercise, staying hydrated, and getting adequate sleep are essential to keeping the scalp healthy. She also advises avoiding harmful chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate found in many shampoos, which can kill hair follicles.
So exercise daily, especially the high-intensity interval training. The high-intensity interval training, because of the periods of very high intensity, that really gets the blood moving out to the extremities. So that should be done daily. And hydration, keep well hydration. Remember, the rule of thumb is 8 glasses to 100 pounds body weight. That's a good rule of thumb too, to know how much water to give the children. Nourishment. We need to nourish that scalp from the inside, because your scalp is fed by your blood. That's why when you exercise, you get more blood to the area. But when you get the blood to the area, you want it to be well watered. Exercise will automatically put the oxygen in there. And nourishment, we need to be having a high fibre diet, high fibre. We also need to be having generous amounts of protein. Here's your legumes, your nuts, your seeds. So generous proteins. Proteins are the building blocks of the body. And healthy fats. So there's your nuts, your seeds, your avocados, coconut. You want to heal, you've got to get 8 hours. 8 hours, not negotiable, every night. The sleep is vital. The sleep is not negotiable. If you're not used to that much sleep, little by little by little, you can train yourself back into sleeping longer. Rome wasn't built in a day, but little by little by little, as you take those steps that are conducive to good sleep. The mineral content of the soil is about 50% less what it was 50 years ago. That a lot of the foods today have less minerals in them. You see, in Australia, the soil is the plants are just put in year after year after year. What should happen is when a crop comes out of the ground, then the soil should be fed with rich compost, because every time a crop is in the ground, it's taking nutrients out. And if you don't replace the nutrients, then the next crop that's grown there is going to be nutrient deficient. So that makes sense, doesn't it? So really looking at agriculture is the only way to change the farming habits. And unfortunately, because there's big dollars made in big industry and growing lots of stuff and superphosphate, I don't know how that will ever turn around. But you can do the best you can. You can grow as much as you can, you can buy the best quality that you can, and you can have green drinks. So how do you have green drinks? Well, you can buy chlorophyll, you can buy green barley powder, you can buy wheatgrass powder, you can buy super greens. So basically taking that 3 times a day, making sure you have lots of greens in your daily salad will ensure it. You don't lose the minerals when you cook your greens. You only lose your minerals if you throw the water away that you cook them in.
Barbara emphasizes the importance of nourishing the scalp from within through a high-fiber, protein-rich diet, which can also help support scalp health and hair growth. If you found this video informative, make sure to give a like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you won't miss out on any future videos.